Okay, hi Tom and Jody. Here we are at 7360 East Mark Lane, the house that just came up on the market, asking for $39,000. And looking at the tax record, it shows they bought it as a couple, and now just one, the wife, is selling it. So, that could be for strategic purposes or personal reasons, but also kind of makes me wonder if it's a divorce sale. The sun's right in my eyes. I hope I'm catching this. But there's some mountains. There's Pinnacle Peak. Because $439 seems like pretty reasonably priced. And as you can see, there's some new big houses being built, and that big one's right there, if you can see that. The one that I think you both decided you want. So just in trying to be your eyes for you, hopefully I can do some justice with a quick video. I don't know if it'll help or not, but we'll give it a shot. So our courtyard, and this door leads to one of the guest rooms, and then the front door. They've got nice wood and I think some neat touches in here, some remodeling. So family open to the living room. Family open to the kitchen. And then down this hall are the guest rooms. And down this hall is the master, so it's a split plan. Here's the powder room. The doors are nice. They're tall here in the master. They're the nice 8-foot doors. It looks like a knotty alder. It looks like really nice wood. So the master has a fireplace, looks like tile or travertine surround, and then a slider out to the barbecue area. A little bit of mountain view back there. And then a view to your pool. Wood blinds. Pretty nice master bath. They've got, all the stone surrounds and the snail shower, large soaking tub with jets. Two shower heads and nice stonework. And that is an elevated vanity tile. Nice, fairly big walk-in. Not like huge, but definitely a walk-in. And then private commode. It's nice that it has the fireplace and the patio door. It's a nice little room. Standard fans. So then, see, we're going back past the powder room, the front door, an entryway, and then across to the guest rooms. I'm sorry, my boots are loud on the tile. So the other guest bath. Nice storage. Tile backsplash, nice cabinetry. They've done the stone surround sound on the shower. Surround sound. Stone surround. My bloopers come free with the video. They're not an add-on. You get the bloopers live. And then the guest room. So that's the door that we walked past when we came in the entry. If I give it a second, the camera should adjust on the views a little bit. Of course, through the slats, but they're decent sized bedrooms. And the lower door is here, but we had the high door in the master. So down this hall to the second bedroom. Plantation shutters. And a little view of Pinnacle Peak. The tree is blocking up, but there is Pinnacle Peak back there. Try not to get any mirrors. Sometimes it's hard. And then the third bedroom. Closets. And then this one has a little bit of mountain view too. I don't know if this adjusts well enough to really catch those mountains, but... And then surround sound throughout. Okay, so then back through the family room. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. And another slider here. Those tiles are the saltillo upside down, so it's a cool look. I know you would like that. And they did wrought iron fencing all the way around. You know, you could make this more block for more privacy in places that it's needed. This is already not going to be as short as I wanted. So, door out to the backyard, to the barbecue area. Tile countertops. This is maple cabinets. They're really nice. They look good. And 5-burner gas. Drawers and storage. Good island. Room for a big built-in fridge. That would look sharp. Oven and microwave. So white appliances. Those could probably be updated. And then a nice large pantry. Storage in the island. This way is a little desk area. That's the garage. I'm not going to open it again. It smells really bad. Have you ever smelled a refrigerator after it's been closed up and turned off? That's what the garage smells like. So you're going to have to trust me. It's just a 3-car normal garage. Laundry room. Okay. Then back out to the front. Okay, so the biggest question on this is that neighbor. And it's always such a toss-up, you know, whether or not, you know, it's like, yeah, we can live with that or no. It gets really subjective. So let me see if I can capture this. This is the wall to our pool equipment, and then that's the house in question. And they really are, they're right there, but it is just a garage and walls. So it's not like there's, you know, windows there or whatnot. It's pretty innocuous in that way, but it's just so close. And I know that kind of thing can bug you. Now this wall here looks like the wall to this property, because as you can see it continues on. So whether or not you could make that, you know, higher or do some massive planting right here, like that's a nice big tree there. If you had 3 of those, you know, could that be sufficient? You do have a view of Pinnacle Peak from here. And that's Lone Mountain. Again, it may not show up as well in the video as it does to me standing here. And then they did view fencing here, which I believe this land belongs to the neighbor right there. So, you know, you could choose to make this block. You know, I mean, I suppose if it was just never built on and stayed private, you could prefer the view, but you could also do more privacy. There's the big boy house down there. So you've got nice neighbors. This is a Scottsdale address. I know that doesn't really matter to you, but just mention it anyway. So there's that house. It is a very nice pool and spa with these fountains on. It would be pretty amazing, I think. Again, I like the tile. Nice Pebble Tech surface. Looks like a nice deep pool. Pretty big. Nice size. So like that goes to the street that we drive up on and the neighbor, so you know, you could easily take out the wrought iron and make that a taller wall and just go for privacy there. So this is back towards the kitchen, and then that's that dining area. The master bedroom. Steaks, anyone? You know, I mean, it seems like a pretty good value for the price. Don't know what kind of activity they're having on it yet. And again, you know, it's questionable if it's even a candidate because, you know, if our clock is running out on the VA financing and they're not willing or able to carry, then this may be a moot point. But I wanted to err on the side of getting it to you and not having it work out than not. I don't know if this is what they're calling the fifth bedroom. I don't know if you can see through there, but it's just a scary rundown shed, and I shouldn't even be standing on that step because I about fell through. So it'd probably be just a tear down. Hopefully this gave you a good idea. And you know, see if there's any potential here. If you think you like it, you know, then we can check into the circumstances and what options we'd have. Okay, well, Beth Steele from Arizona at 53 degrees. I am signing off. Have a great day.